Let me stop you right there before you think this is clickbait. I'm not talking about a dollhouse, a shed with a mattress inside, or a Craigslist special that comes with a free squatter and a mold infestation. I'm talking about real homes with real foundations, doors that lock, and roofs that mostly keep the rain out. It's happening right now across America. While the rest of the country is drowning in six-figure mortgages and bidding wars over studio apartments that used to be coat closets, entire towns are quietly offering homes at prices that feel like a typo. But here's the thing nobody puts in the brochure. Every single cheap house comes with a twist. We're diving into 10 towns where housing prices are suspiciously low. And every single one comes with a moment where you stop and say, hold on, what? Topic 1. Gary. Indiana Gary is probably the most famous city on this list. Michael Jackson grew up here. The Jackson 5 got their start here. And then everything fell apart. The numbers: population collapsed from 178,000 in 1960 to barely 69,000 today. The median home price is around $55,000. And you can find houses for under $10,000 if you're willing to buy something that needs serious work. The twist: Gary sits on a gold mine. It has direct access to Lake Michigan with miles of beautiful shoreline that nobody uses. It's literally a 20-minute drive to downtown Chicago. Investors are starting to circle like sharks. The reality check: you have to be willing to bet on a city that has been losing for 50 years. Crime remains a serious concern. Schools are struggling. Infrastructure is crumbling. Who should move here? Remote workers, investors with patience, urban pioneers who want to be part of a potential comeback story. The bottom line: Gary offers the cheapest big city proximity in America. If you can handle the blight and uncertainty, you might be buying the next Brooklyn. Topic 2. Flint. Michigan. You've heard of Flint because of the water crisis, and yes, that's still a factor. But Flint's housing market has hit rock bottom and kept digging. The numbers: median home price is around $45,000. You can buy a 3-bedroom house for $30,000. A 4-bedroom Victorian for $50,000. The twist: Flint has assets most cheap towns don't. It's home to a major university, a General Motors plant, and a thriving arts scene. The Flint Institute of Arts is genuinely impressive. The farmers market is excellent. The reality check: you have to be okay with the stigma. The crime rate is higher than average. Many neighborhoods still have vacant lots and abandoned homes. The school system is recovering but faces challenges. Who should move here? People who want to be part of a genuine comeback story. Artists looking for cheap studio space. Anyone who believes in second chances. The bottom line: Flint is a city that refuses to die. If you're willing to be part of that fight, you can buy a beautiful home for pocket change. Topic 3. Youngstown, Ohio. Youngstown is the poster child for Rust Belt decline. The steel mills closed, the jobs disappeared, and the population dropped from 166,000 in 1930 to about 60,000 today. The numbers: median home price is around $40,000. You can buy a house for less than the price of a cargo van. The twist: Youngstown has become a destination for artists, musicians, and anyone who values cheap rent over street cred. Downtown is seeing a revival with new breweries, art galleries, and coffee shops. The cost of living is so low that you can work a part-time job and still afford to live comfortably. The reality check: the city still has serious problems. Crime is above average. Schools are struggling. The job market outside of healthcare and education is limited. Who should move here? Artists, musicians, remote workers, retirees looking to stretch their savings. The bottom line: Youngstown is a city in transition. The housing is cheap because the risk is real. But for the right person, it's an opportunity that doesn't exist anywhere else. Topic 4. Saginaw. Michigan. Saginaw sits in Michigan's Thumb region, about 90 minutes north of Detroit. The numbers: median home price is around $65,000. Population dropped from 100,000 in 1960 to barely 70,000 today. You can buy a fixer-upper for under $40,000. The twist: there's revitalization happening downtown. New restaurants are opening. Young people are moving back because they can afford to buy a house with cash. The Saginaw River offers beautiful waterfront views. The reality check? Crime is high. Schools are struggling. The city has been fighting an uphill battle for decades. You have to be patient and willing to deal with blight. Who should move here? People who want space, outdoor lovers, remote workers looking for a bargain. The bottom line, Saginaw offers quality of life that's hard to beat for the price. Just make sure you're ready for a city still in transition. Topic 5. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. This is where things get real. The numbers: median home price is around $70,000. Population dropped from 57,000 in 1970 to barely 40,000 today. You can buy a decent 3-bedroom house for $50,000. The twist: Pine Bluff has one of the highest crime rates in the country. Violent crime is nearly 4 times the national average. But the people who stay here love it with fierce loyalty. The Arkansas River runs through town with beautiful views. The reality check: the question isn't whether you can afford to live here. The question is whether you can handle what comes with that price tag. Businesses are boarded up. Schools are struggling. Who should move here? Retirees, people with family roots in the area, remote workers who don't need local jobs. The bottom line: Pine Bluff offers southern hospitality and incredibly low costs, but you're trading affordability for serious crime and economic stagnation. Topic 6. Cumberland, Maryland. This place sits in the Appalachian Mountains and looks like a Hallmark movie set. The numbers: median home price is around $85,000. Population peaked in 1940 and has been declining ever since. The twist: you can buy a beautiful historic Victorian home for under $100,000. Outdoor recreation is incredible: hiking, biking, kayaking on the Potomac. If you work remotely, your dollar stretches absurdly far. The reality check: the opioid crisis hit this town hard. The coal and railroad industries left, taking most good jobs with them. The drug problem is real and visible in boarded-up storefronts. Who should move here? Outdoor enthusiasts, history buffs, remote workers, retirees. The bottom line: Cumberland is a hidden gem that's still rough around the edges. If you've got a remote job, you can live like royalty in a beautiful setting. Topic 7. Weirton, West Virginia. In Weirton, the average home costs less than a brand new Toyota Camry. The numbers: median home price is around $112,000. Population has been declining for decades. 18% of residents are over 65. The twist: nestled on the Ohio River, it's technically part of the Pittsburgh metro area. Crime is relatively low. The town carries nostalgic blue-collar charm with local diners and porch culture. The reality check: the steel industry dried up. Job growth flatlined. The median household income is around $45,000. Time stands still here, and so does the Wi-Fi. Who should move here? People who value quiet, retirees, remote workers who need a peaceful environment. The bottom line: Weirton is affordable, safe, and quiet. But it's also stuck in a time warp. Your biggest Friday night thrill might be half-off mozzarella sticks at the local pub. Topic 8. Harlingen, Texas. You can rent a full 3-bedroom house here for less than a studio apartment in Tulsa. The numbers: median home price is around $136,000. Population is just over 71,000. No state income tax. Low property taxes. The twist: palm trees everywhere, perpetual sunshine, and a taco stand on practically every corner. Regularly ranks among the cheapest cities in America. The reality check: crime runs 35% above national rates. Unemployment is above average. Summer heat will test your sanity. Traffic laws feel like gentle suggestions. Who should move here? People who love warm weather, taco enthusiasts, remote workers. The bottom line: Harlingen offers sunshine and cheap housing, but you're trading affordability for crime, limited jobs, and brutal summers. Topic 9. Toledo, Ohio. Toledo sits on the western end of Lake Erie. The numbers: median home price is around $90,000. You can buy a house with a down payment of less than $5,000. The twist: great art museum, fantastic zoo, revitalizing downtown, close enough to Detroit and Cleveland that you can commute if needed, quietly becoming a destination for people priced out of coastal cities. The reality check perception problem, people think of it as a dying Rust Belt city. Crime is above average. Weather is typical Ohio gray winters, humid summers, cloudy days. Who should move here? People who want stability over excitement, families, remote workers. The bottom line, Toledo is solid, boring, and affordable. It won't change your life, but it won't destroy your bank account either. Topic 10. Erie. Pennsylvania Erie is a lake town with beautiful sunsets and brutal winters. The numbers. Median home price is around $110,000. You can buy a house with lake views for under $200,000. The twist, Lake Erie offers boating, fishing, and beaches in summer. Decent art scene, great science center, growing craft beer culture. The community is tight-knit. The reality check winters are brutal with lake effect snow dumping feet of snow. Job market is limited, heavily reliant on healthcare, education, and manufacturing. The economy is stagnant. Who should move here? Retirees, remote workers who love the outdoors, people who want lakefront living without lakefront prices. The bottom line, Erie is affordable, beautiful, and peaceful. If you can handle the winters, you'll find a community that values quality of life over economic growth. Conclusion. The real cost of cheap housing, the house might be cheap, but everything else, the crime, the schools, the job market, comes with a price tag that isn't measured in dollars. You're not just buying a house, you're buying a life. But for the right person, the remote worker who doesn't need local jobs. The retiree who's done with the rat race, the artist who needs cheap studio space, these towns offer something money can't buy. They offer space, possibility, and a chance to build something new. The American dream isn't dead, it's just moved to places that most people have forgotten.